time now for another edition of Pet Talk, and today we're focusing on Healing Animal Scars, a cat rescue organization in our region helping to provide shelter and medical care to stray and feral cats like this little girl right here. And to learn more, we welcome founder Sonia D. Higgins of Healing Animal Scars to the show. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So tell us about Healing Scars and how you got started.
Well, Healing Animal Scars is a nonprofit feral cat rescue. We got started when our veterinarian asked us to rescue some kittens living under a shed or a trailer.
Okay.
And I took home 24 cats and kittens in the first day. Wow. So we started our nonprofit back in May 2006. And we have been rescuing kitties, probably 4,000 by now. Oh my God. And we get them taken in, we get them socialized so that they become friendly little cats who can be adopted. And we get them spayed. First thing we do is test them, vaccinate them, microchip, spay, and then we place them up for adoption to responsible, loving homes that are willing to keep them inside.
And they're very fun and friendly. How many current cats do you have, and how many are looking for homes right now?
Well, we only have 6 that are ready for adoption, but these girls, there are 4 of them. I only brought 2 with me this morning. They'll be ready in a couple of weeks once we have their pediatric spay surgery done.
Okay.
And I have 6 adult cats that are ready and waiting for homes. And I have, I think, 18 more kittens and cats that will soon be ready.
Okay.
And we're hoping, came this morning from trapping. Got 3 new kittens over the last day or 2. I'm still trying to get the last kitten and mom.
Okay.
And the numbers are always fluctuating of how many we have.
So where did you get these 2 lovelies from?
These are from Tangier. They were from a mommy cat that was living outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said this one had to have surgery, correct?
Well, she didn't have surgery, but she did have an emergency visit to the vet because she had an abscess in her mouth that I was unaware of. And we use color-coded Velcro whelping collars.
Okay.
Because there are 3 gray kittens at home, and I couldn't tell the difference between them on the first day.
Right.
Unfortunately, when I walked into the room on this first morning, like after overnight, I found her with the collar hinged in her mouth and blood all over her face and all over the room. At first, I thought it was merely a collar injury. It turned out to be the abscess that caused her to paw at her face and thus loosen the collar. However, I always tell people that using collars is not safe for cats.
Okay.
Because they can put their paw up through the collar and try to get their arm through it, and then once it gets up as far as the elbow, they can't remove it, and it can become embedded under the flesh of their armpit and around their neck. I've rescued cats that have needed $4,000 skin graft surgeries to repair that damage.
Oh
so it can be quite hazardous, even if it's a breakaway collar. They don't always come loose. So I only use these in rare situations, and I've decided I won't be using them again. We'll use food coloring on their head to identify them.
There we go. She gave you a little bit of a lesson there, didn't she?
That's true.
Let's talk about the importance of parasite treatment for cats and kittens.
Well, these kittens also came in with a heavy parasite burden. I know nobody wants to think about that when you're playing with your adorable new furry playmate, but luckily at Healing Animal Scars, we take great measures to ensure they are fully parasite-free before we send them to homes. First day, they get a flea treatment and a worm pill, and these kittens came in so severely debilitated with it that they were vomiting roundworm and like long tapeworms, and once they were properly dewormed, that stopped, and they're using their litter box properly, and I'm not seeing any evidence of the creepy crawlies, but they will continue to get dewormers every week for 6 to 8 weeks to ensure that the parasites are all gone.
Oh my gosh, the work you do is amazing. How can people get involved?
Well, we're always looking for people that want to foster. It means having a spare room where you can keep the kitties at first and keep them isolated from your own pets at first, and being able to socialize them, possibly medicate, and to bring them to the vet for me. And we always need people to help out with fundraising, of course, because veterinarians have to charge for their services. I'm very fortunate that we work with some wonderful veterinarians, the Eastern Passage Village Vet and the new April Vet Dartmouth Crossing, who give us a substantial discount for our community service. However, we do have to spend at least $500 on every healthy cat that comes in to get them ready for adoption. Then you look at cats like Addie, the little gray kitten that you're holding. Her emergency trip was $1,200. So regardless of what we spend getting them ready for adoption, we ask for a donation of $350 for kittens or $275 for an adult cat. That helps us with the next cat off the streets.
Fair enough.
And it ensures us that people are in a financial position to be able to afford vet care. Where do you think you're going?
So how many cats do you physically have right now?
In my house, I believe there are only 17. I have to stop and count. Well, there's 7 kittens.
Okay.
Right?
Oh my gosh, well these 2 are so cute. When will they be ready?
They should be ready, hopefully in 2 to 3 weeks. We'll have their pediatric surgery. Our veterinarians are very skilled, and they can do surgery on kittens as young as 2 months, as long as they're healthy, not suffering from any upper respiratory issues or diarrhea. So these little guys had their first visit to the vet, but because of the parasites, we decided to hold off on doing their vaccines to give them time to grow a little stronger.
Right.
So I think tomorrow or the next day they go in for vaccines, and then we'll have them spayed later in the week. And 1 week after their spay surgery, they will be ready for home. So if people are interested in applying, they can contact Healing Animal Scars. They can call me at 469-MEOW. It's an easy phone number to remember.
Absolutely.
And then they would email for an application. We want people that are willing to keep the cats as indoor-only pets and that will be willing to take them to the veterinarian when needed.
Well, this one is purring in my lap, so she is adorable. And that one is very feisty and looking for some adventures.
She wants to get down and play.
Yeah,
she
exactly.
Wants to play.
So, you know, you have your choices either way. Thank you so much for coming in and for all that you do.
Thank you very much.
And, of course, we've linked their website to ours, and CTV Morning Live will be right back after this.